If you're a fan of The Last Kingdom, then 2022 is going to be a bittersweet year for you. The historical fiction series will be returning later this year for its 5th season. However, it'll also be the last installment of the series. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the strict rules that the crew and even the star-studded cast of The Last Kingdom must follow on set. Let's jump right in. First, the cast and crew must be ready at all times to rush to the set. Arguably one of the most difficult rules for both the crew and cast working on the show is that they're at the beck and call of the set. They must always be ready to drop everything and report to the set for duty. Schedule changes are always part of the process, but with the ongoing COVID-19 health crisis, the cast and crew have to put up with a lot more scheduling adjustments than usual. As much as everyone likes to follow a set schedule, sometimes things don't really work out and they have to be okay with that uncertainty. It comes with the job. So if you're someone who doesn't like being told what to do, especially at the last minute, then you're not the best fit for the show's team or for showbiz in general. Next, if you're complaining at home, it's expected that the cast and crew of the TV series will not complain about the long hours and delays, which are both very much a part of the filming process. Delays are practically unavoidable, and in order to give the audience the show they love, everyone on set must be fluid so they can quickly adapt to the changes and challenges at hand. As for the long hours, both the actors and the crew members must bear in mind that every scene is extremely detailed on its own and can be time-taking to deliver it perfectly. Then there are the inevitable retakes that also take up a few extra minutes, adding to the long hours of shooting. Of course, behind-the-scenes work also takes up just as much, if not more time than the on-screen work. So long hours are a part of the package, and complaining about them will only make the process longer. Another rule is that phones must be kept on silent at all times. If you want to become the most unpopular person on set, then you just have to turn your ringer on during your time on set. Goes without saying that everyone present on the set must turn off their ringer, but the cast and crew of The Last Kingdom must keep their phones on silent, not even on vibrate. Any noise other than what is absolutely necessary during filming needs to be eliminated, because chances are the sensitive sound equipment on the set can pick up even the faintest of sounds, even if it's a phone's vibration, and end up ruining an otherwise perfect shot. Next up, no room for bad temper on set. The making of movie or series can be a frustrating process, not only for the cast but also for the crew. Long working hours are a recipe for on-set disaster and can test the tempers of the best of them. Uncomfortable shooting locations can very well be the cherry on top of the disaster. Many actors and even some of the crew are not used to working in challenging environments, which could flare up tempers. However, despite all the challenges, the team must never lose their cool and keep their calm. There's a zero-tolerance policy for shouting and having an attitude on the set of The Last Kingdom. The only person that's allowed to shout orders and lose their cool is the person in the director's chair. Next, absolutely no fan moments on the set. It's not unusual for newbie crew members to be starstruck at the sight of their favorite actors on set, but they must keep their fangirl moments away from the set and the stars. Asking for an autograph is an absolute no-no if you're a part of the show's team. It's considered extremely unprofessional to pester the talent with such a request and stare at them no matter how big a fan you are. The Last Kingdom demands a certain level of professionalism from its team at all times. Rule number 6, save your comments for after the take. Filming a lengthy TV show is undoubtedly a creative process, and everyone involved in it has a certain degree of creative freedom, even the actors. Not unusual for actors and other crew members to have ideas that can improve a certain scene. However, it's also very important to know when to speak up. When it comes to the set of The Last Kingdom, everyone must follow the rule of holding their comments until after the take. No matter how good the idea, they must keep it to themselves until the shot is over. Under no circumstances is anyone allowed to interrupt a shot. While the director and the producer are often open to taking suggestions, at the end of the day, it's their call on what to consider and what to do. Next, the actors cannot look in the camera's eye. This might be a little obvious. It's a pretty common rule and not just applicable to the set of The Last Kingdom. There have been instances in both shows and movies where the actors are required to look straight in the camera's eye. In the world of films, it's called breaking the third wall. It's done deliberately to make the audience a part of the show or movie. However, in a series like this, directors are likely to ask actors to avoid looking straight into the camera. Considering it's a historical fiction series, they want the audience to time travel to Anglo-Saxon England. Eye contact would simply break that spell, hence actors only look in the general direction of the camera. Lastly, the director's word is the final verdict. Goes without saying, but everyone on set must follow the director's word to the letter. If you have trouble keeping up with the instructions, you have no place on the team of The Last Kingdom. If you've already established time is extremely precious these days, and a simply following orders could save plenty of it, is the best way to avoid painful retakes. Working in the entertainment industry, it's essential to follow through on orders. Defying this golden rule will surely get you the title difficult to work with, which isn't the best for your career. Now that we know what the cast and crew have been going through on set, let's take a look at the result of all their hard work. Here's everything we know about the upcoming season 5 of The Last Kingdom. While Netflix confirmed that the show would be returning for the 5th and final season, it did not confirm a release date, but fans can rest assured that they won't have to wait the entire year for it. Sources have confirmed that the team finished filming for the upcoming season back in June 2021. By April, we had our first footage from the shoot thanks to Twitter. So what can we expect from season 5? According to the official synopsis released by Netflix, the 5th season will focus on Uhtred realizing that his destiny is more than just Bebbanburg. In fact, it's tied to the very future of England itself. However, in order to achieve this newly discovered higher purpose, he would have to face down his greatest enemy and suffer his greatest loss too. The show in its final installment will continue to adapt from Cornwell Saxon stories. It was also confirmed during the MCM Comic-Con virtual panel that season 5 would follow the events from book 9 of the series, Warriors of the Storm, as well as book 10, The Flamebearer. While season 1 stayed a little too true to the books, there were pleasant surprises for the fans in season 2. The writers decided to drift a little from the text when they replaced the book villain Ivar Iverson with the Viking brothers Siegfried and Eric, who it turns out don't make an appearance until book 4. Even though you might have read both books 9 and 10, we're pretty sure there'll be a bunch of surprises in store, mostly because they couldn't fit both the books in season 5 even if they wanted to, because they're set over a long 6-year period. The makeup team will surely have its hands fuller than usual this time around. What's next for the Last Kingdom cinematic universe? Fans can rejoice. Even though season 5 will make the end of the series, that isn't the end of Uhtred's story. He'll be strapping on his armor one last time. That too in a 2-hour movie, Seven Kings Must Die, the movie finale, set to start filming in Budapest early next year and will give a satisfying conclusion to your favorite character. That wraps up our video for today, folks. Which rule do you think would have been the hardest to follow on set? What are you expecting from season 5 of this series? Let us know in your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.